Hello everyone, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave, and we are going to be continuing the story by playing solo as best as I can with the Blades in the Dark system. To recap from the last episode, Rick Sanchez used one of his special abilities, the fart spell, to knock out the two guards behind the locked door. The special ability released gas, hence why the room is green. Whenever anyone inhales the gas, they will violently and continuously fart until the gas dissipates, or if the afflicted person inhales fresh air. Rick has one more special ability left. We know that there is a window in this corridor we are in, but it is locked with magic. The room behind us is sealed due to the trap being triggered, and that past the guards on the floor in the next room is an unlocked door. Before falling to the floor due to the fart gas, Ulrich, the spider, unlocked the door to the next room. Ulrich and Diggory are both affected by the fart spell, so it's up to Alia, the Whisper, to save the day. I have a danger progress clock for the fart spell, which already has one tick mark. If the clock is filled up completely, Alia will lose her teammates except for Rick for the remainder of the score. We only need 2 more ticks on the PC clock to reach the noble family, unless I roll for the contents of the future rooms and it rolls on the boss room or the dragon's lair, a spin-off of the game 4 Against Darkness. After finishing the last episode, I asked myself, how is Alia getting out of this one? And then I thought of 3 options. 1. Alia opens the door that is now unlocked and runs to the other door and opens it to get fresh air. The only issue with that is we do not know who is behind those doors. More powerful things can be rolled, not just simple guards. And if she rolls a dangerous outcome, she has horrible prowess abilities. She is not great in a fight, and now she'll be doing it alone. Option number 2. Alia calls for a flashback, which adds more stress points to her. She had already studied the noble's manor prior and learned that there is a ghost that walks within these walls. She will try to attune to this ghost and ask the ghost if they know if there are people in the room to the far end. That way she can come up with a plan at least. And the last option I came up with, Alia had successfully trapped the ghost of her brother in a spirit bottle. Her brother was a fantastic alchemist leech, a character type in Blades in the Dark. Sadly, he died a few years ago on another score that the team had done, and Alia trapped her brother's ghost in a spirit bottle that she is currently carrying. But she will not be using her brother's ghost due to her already using her special ability of Compel in episode 5. She knows that if she opens the bottle, her brother's ghost will escape. Since the bottle is sealed shut, there could be a small amount of fresh air in the bottle, and she might be able to take a breath out of it and give some fresh air to Ulrich and Diggory, hence dispelling the fart spell that they accidentally inhaled. I'm going to throw a D3 and go with the result. And option number 3 it is then. So Alia grabs a spirit bottle that contains her brother's ghost, looks at it, and places her hand against the glass. She then sheds a tear because she knows that her brother's ghost is most likely fleeing away once she opens the bottle. She then opens the bottle, and a loud screech could be heard as Alia's brother jets out of the bottle and flies out of the window to the outside of the manor. Alia quickly glances out the window in the direction her brother's ghost is traveling, and then puts the bottle up to her mouth and inhales fresh air out of the bottle. A sense of security and relaxation fills her body and mind as she is not panicking anymore. She gets on the floor to have Ulrich inhale fresh air out of the bottle. But since she inhaled first, there might not be any more fresh air in the bottle. So let's do a fortune roll to see if there is any more fresh air for Ulrich. I am going to use a 1d6. If she rolls a 6, then there is enough air for both Ulrich and Diggory. If she rolls a 4-5, then there's enough air for Ulrich. And if she rolls a 1, 2, or 3, then there's no longer any fresh air left in the bottle. Hopefully I at least get one of them back up and running. Well, a 4. I'll take it at this point. So Alia puts the bottle up to Ulrich's face, looks at Rick and nods her head towards Ulrich. Then Rick says, oh yeah, Ulrich, take a deep breath and try to hold your breath in this time. Ulrich takes a deep breath in and his farting slowly stops. What a relief. And a sense of relief can be seen on his face. Alia gestures to Ulrich to get up and follow her, which he does, leaving Diggory on the floor still in pain from the violent fart attacks. Once the gas in the room clears up though, Diggory will be fine. She then opens the door Ulrich unlocked previously, and then both of them run to the other door and open the door. Now let's roll a 2d6 to see what's in the other room, using a modified room building table from 4 Against Darkness. Well. I was hoping to see what was on the second story of the Noble's Manor, but oh well. But a roll of a 12 is the dragon's lair, which, you guessed it, has the dragon wormling, aka dragonfly, the noble's son, that was cursed and transformed into a dragon. The room has the noble family, the father and mother of the dragon wormling, and their daughter. There are also 2 extremely powerful individuals. One of them is a powerful conjuration human wizard, and the other a powerful druid elf. The team was tasked to capture the dragon wormling, and that is precisely where Alia and Ulrich's eyes focused first in the room. They saw the baby dragon snarl at them and flap its wings. The mother grabbed her daughter, and the noble father stood in front of the baby dragon. The wizard looks at Ulrich and Alia and immediately casts a dark cloud in the room so that no one but the wizard can see. The druid, though, shapeshifts into an owl, so she can see through the darkness as well now, and flies quietly, as do owls do, and sits on top of the tall dresser in the room. Ulrich and Alia stand in a defensive position and try their best to see through the darkness that fills the room. Then Alia says, "You can't scare us, wizard. We are leaving with that dragon one way or another." The wizard replies, but his voice emanated an echo throughout the entire room, so you could not hear which direction he was speaking. You and your team need to leave this manor. Go back to your so-called leader and never return. The days of the dark flames terror created in this realm and all of the other realms are soon to come to an end. Ulrich yells, "We know who you are, Augustin, mighty wizard, and your friend, the druid Wilona. No doubt that she has already shapeshifted, hopefully into something tiny like a mouse, so I can step on her and crush her." Now remember, Rick is still with us and has one special ability left, but I don't want to use Rick till it's absolutely necessary, and we all know how Rick's last special ability went. Jeez. Alia needs to do something quickly. If you remember that the second option for Alia was a flashback that she has studied this manor prior and learned that there is a ghost that walks around in this manor. Hopefully this ghost can help in any way with the situation. I am going to try something a bit special though. Ulrich has a special ability called Foresight. Let me read it from the book. One moment. 2 times per score, you can assist a teammate without paying stress. Tell us how you prepare for this. When you give a teammate assistance, you can give their action roll an extra 1d. So Ulrich is going to help Alia by defending her while she is trying to attune to the ghost. This will aid in relaxing Alia so she can focus better and not worry that she is in a vulnerable state of attuning. Ulrich stands in front of Alia. Alia closes her eyes and tries to channel the ghost. Alia is a 2d6 for her attune ability, and now she gets another 1d6. So she is going to be rolling a 3d6 for this action. I'm going to put her position at risky. All 5s. Wow. Well, it was a success, but suffer consequence. With her eyes closed, she can sense the presence of the ghost. The ghost is in the room with them as well. With her mind, she can see through the eyes of the ghost. The dark cloud that blocked the vision in this room doesn't affect the ghost's sight. Aelia can see the family surrounding the dragon wormling. She can see Augustin, the wizard, pointing his wand towards her. She doesn't see Liana, the druid, in human form any longer, but sees an owl on top of the dresser. In her mind again, she asks the ghost for something that will help her. One of the consequences for rolling a partial success on attuning the ghost was that she will also take 1 harm. The ghost walks up to Aelia, looks at her, screams, and then hits her on the side of her face. Now here comes the other consequence. The ghost does help her and walks to a small desk next to Aelia and points to a book on top of the desk. Aelia looks over at the book confused. She was hoping that the ghost could help her apprehend the dragon wormling. She heard a sound emanating from the book. And for all of you watching right now, you know what that sound is from. Then Aelia went to grab the book. Augustin saw what she was trying to do and called on Liana to fly there and stop her. Liana flies towards Aelia. Aelia can see Liana in owl form, through the eyes of the ghost, of course. She sees the owl is flying towards her and yells out, "Ulrich, an owl is flying towards me. Move to my right." Ulrich moves to the right of Aelia, and Liana flies straight into Ulrich with her talons straight out. Liana makes contact with Ulrich's chest, but Ulrich is wearing armor. Not heavy armor though, which would give him 3 armor tick marks. Regular armor has only 2 armor, and after this attack, it is now down to 1. Augustin saw the failed attempt from Liana to stop Aelia from grabbing the book. So he then takes out a locket that is around his neck and opens it. He speaks into the locket and says, "Retrieve the book." After he utters those words, a cloud of shimmering dust came out of the locket, swirling quickly around the room, and headed straight towards the book. Aelia, with her quick wit, saw that this book seemed to be very important and grabbed the book quickly. She looks at the dragon wormling that was protected by its father holding a sword, and then she looks at the door they just came through. She yells at Rick. I think this is a good time to get Rick involved. "Rick, we need you to use your last spell now." Rick says, "All right, finally. I got pancakes back home with syrup on top of them." I don't know the whole quote from that episode. I just remember that part. So then Rick gets another contraption out and presses a button. It sprays out a liquid and hits 1d4 amount of people. None of it hit Aelia and Ulrich though. The spell he just cast is a pickle transformation spell, where if a person, if they fail a resistance roll of a 1d6, will transform into a pickle for a certain amount of time. If they roll a 6, they do not turn into a pickle. If they roll a 4, 5, they turn into a pickle for a short time. And if they roll a 1, 2, or 3, they turn into a pickle for, let's say, an hour or so. Enough for the villains to get out of Noble's Manor and run away. Rick then pulls out his portal gun, creates a portal, and says, "Okay, peace out." Hey, that's from the same episode, I think. Anyways, Rick has now left the party. So let's roll a 1d4 and see how many people are going to get sprayed. And 2 people are going to be affected by this spell. Now, which 2 are going to potentially get affected? I am going to roll a 1d4. 1 to 2, the noble father and the dragon may become pickles. And a roll of 3, 4, Augustin and Liana may become pickles. I hope both Augustin and Liana turn into pickles. Looking at our situation though, if both the wizard and the druid do not turn into a pickle, I think it is a lost cause here. And we roll a 3. So Augustin and Liana were sprayed. So let's roll a 1d6 and see if Augustin can resist Rick's pickle spell. And the all-powerful wizard could not resist Rick's genius. And in a puff of green smoke, just like that, Augustin transformed into a pickle. And now it is Liana's turn. Let's roll a 1d6 and see. And it's a 6. So the spell doesn't affect her. Liana quickly shapeshifts into a falcon and flies up the chimney through the fireplace in the room. The only ones left in the room now are the noble family members, the dragon wormling, and Augustin, the temporary pickle. Let's see if the ghost is still in the room. Let's do a 1d6 fortune roll. If we roll a 6, then the ghost is not only still in the room, but still wants vengeance for being bothered. Rolling a 4-5 means the ghost scares the noble family. Rolling a 1-3 means the ghost disappears and continues walking the halls of the noble manor. And we rolled a 4. So the ghost scares the family. So what happens is the ghost slowly moves towards the noble family. The father raises his sword against the ghost. The ghost leans in slowly to look at the tip of the sword. While leaning in, the dragon wormling makes a loud screech sound due to it being scared. The ghost leans back up quickly and lets out a loud scream, so loud that it scared the baby dragon. The baby dragon then ran around the room, scared and damaging furniture. His father tells the baby dragon to keep calm. You know what? Let's use maze rats and find out what the name of the noble son is. Okay, now let's look under male names. Rolled a 6 and a 6. The noble son's name is Webster. The father continues, Webster, it's okay. Everything is okay. Calm down, my son. Then Webster, the dragon wormling, flew through the closed window in the room. Glass shatters from the window and fell on the floor of the room. And that ends the scene. A lot of new NPCs that I will be documenting in the Dungeon World paperwork. In the next episode, we're going to go back to the Dungeon World rule set. So I hope you enjoyed my attempt at solo play with Blades in the Dark. I did the best I could. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, share, and comment, and let me know what you liked or didn't like. Every episode's a learning process for me. Alright everybody, I hope to see you in the next episode of Wilona's Cave, and happy gaming. Bye.